Hey, everybody. The Lone Wolf here, 12:46 p.m., 4/13/2023. Good to be on today. Trying to catch up a little bit. Been falling behind on my uh, freakers and my StreamYards, my BitChute, my YouTube, and a whole lot of other places like Twitch and Look, and I don't know what else is out there. My God, there's so many platforms going on, and I've been the one falling behind and blaming it all on Mary. I shouldn't be doing that. I need to take responsibility for my actions. And yeah, this is a good platform. I just need to do it more and be more consistent with everyone. Because consistency is the key to monetization and success. But yeah, man, good show last night. We talked about the zombie apocalypse. We talked about all of this new, advanced, ultra crazy, insane mind control technology that they've got going now, which is just beyond comprehension. I don't have the language to even speak the words to describe what these folks are doing, what these entities, these beings, these agencies, these individuals are doing in these super intelligence, top secret agencies. It's weird, man. It's beyond, as we said last night, it's beyond Frankenstein or Frankensteinian. I used a new word, I think. It's beyond science fiction. What AI is doing now, what machine learning is doing now, um, just literally unbelievable what they're doing with nanobots and nanotechnology, CRISPR technology, and mRNA sequencing and graphene oxide and all the other things that are happening to control the minds of the poor populace out there around the world, and it's working very, very well. Proofs in the pudding. Looking at it every day, we're seeing these folks every day having to interact with them and observe them and evaluate and analyze them, and it's really shocking to see just how dense most folks are and how uneducated the people are. They just haven't done the research. They haven't read the books. They haven't read the manual. They just don't understand what's going on. They don't even overstand what's going on. Um, they just don't get it. And I talk to a lot of people and mention some of the most basic things that are happening around the world and here in the United States, and they're like, "Huh? What? What are you talking about?" They're not there. There's nobody home. Knock, knock, knock. Nobody home. Um, and we're talking about droves and droves of all kinds of different people from all walks of life, all colors and creeds and traditions and dogmas and philosophies and educational backgrounds and experiences and talents and perceptions. And, all of these folks have been indoctrinated and programmed from birth with misinformation, disinformation, propaganda, and all of the other bullshit that's out there. And their minds have just been saturated with shit sandwiches, as I always say. And they're not getting any better, it's only getting worse. The technology is growing, the technology is advancing, and people are just becoming more robotic by the day. Now they're wanting to meld us with the Borg for sure. And they are, and they have, and they will, and that's becoming more advanced now that they're starting to be able to control biological mind and mix that with the artificial intelligence, be able to speak brain to brain, be able to transmit information from the cloud to the brain, from the brain to the cloud, to the fusion centers, to the data centers. It all comes back around to the spy grid, spyware, phishing, data collection, data analysis. It all comes back down to control and domination of the common people. And of course, our inflation rate is through the roof. Our fiat currency is absolutely worthless, and our deficit is beyond anything that I can imagine right now. And we're still sending money overseas, which makes no sense to me whatsoever when we've got so many things to take care of here in the United States. We keep sending billions, billions, billions overseas to fill the pockets of the already filthy rich, and makes no sense whatsoever. None of these wars make any sense to me um, at all. I just don't see why everyone can't just drop their weapons and settle down and have dinner together, maybe a beer or a pizza or something, and just relax, chill out. Come on, folks. You know, China wants Taiwan, Russia wants Ukraine, North Korea and Russia and, you know, China want the United States. And my God, they already control three-quarters of the United States and own the rest. So I don't know why they would want to come in here and take it over, probably with United Nations troops that wouldn't give a rat's ass about us or think twice about shooting us in the head for some small infraction under some bogus martial law type of thing. We've already got troops surrounding us in all of these different countries. We've got foreign warships in the Atlantic and the Pacific and the Gulf of Mexico, all the way up to the Bering Straits, Alaska. And it's a sad, sad situation, very dangerous situation, and one that we should take very, very seriously. And as I said, it's not going to get any better. All I can tell you to do is prepare yourself as best possible with the resources you have. A lot of you don't have a lot of money. Marion and I don't have a lot of money either. We've been shopping at the Goodwill to try to equip the disaster unit that we're in charge of here, first response unit, trying to do the best we can to scramble and scrape around in the Goodwill, which I love to do. I'd much rather shop at the Goodwill than I would anywhere else, any retail store. But yeah, the Goodwill's fun. You know, I told a guy in there a while ago, it's kind of like a kid in a candy store for me. You know, going through all those little things in there and shuffling everything around trying to find that golden nugget. You know, I love it. Um, and we're going to keep doing that. And we moved out to a new place, and it's beautiful. We're surrounded by mountains and rivers and lakes and streams and national park and state park. And it's the perfect place to be, and we're happy. And now we're going for the gusto. We're not going to tell you any secrets anymore. Not going to give away any of our strategic plans anymore. I'm just not, because none of you help anyway. None of you seem to care anyway. None of you seem to give a damn what we're doing. So Marion and I are just going to go beyond you all and over your heads and around you there, and straight for the, you know, the Golden Glove, bang bang. You know, we're going from little league to, you know, major leagues, and we're not going to tell you how we're going to get there, because that would just be stupid on my part. As hard as we've worked to overcome many of these obstacles that have been standing in our way for several years now, getting to where we are today, not only with the radio station, but with the store that Marion's working on opening, and our disaster team, and our Center for Living, Loving, and Learning under our nonprofit that we want to open here in the Northwest. So, you know, none of you have shown any interest. Marion and I really hate to, but we're getting rid of a lot of folks today, tomorrow, the next day. We're eliminating a lot of people. It's terrible. We've been knowing these folks for years, and they're just shit for brains. They have just nothing going on upstairs. They say they're on the board of directors, but they do nothing. They share nothing, talk about nothing, give no testimonies. We don't hear from them at all. So why should we even be near them? Why should we even let them into our circle? We're not. We're going to just eliminate everybody. Just get rid of them. Rest them. Bye. Forget it. Marion and I'll sleep well tonight. Uh, we really do hate to get rid of these folks because we've been knowing them, like I said, for years. But the time comes when you've just got to just get all of these useless uh, people out of your life. You just got to make a decision, executive decision. Um, an intellectual decision based on hard analysis. You know, not based on emotion, strictly on emotion, but on intellect and analysis of what are these people doing for us. Quid pro quo. No, it's not been quid pro quo at all. You know, we scratch your back, you scratch our back. It's not been like that. They haven't helped us at all. None yet. We've helped them tremendously. They've helped us none. Why should we keep them around? You tell me in the comment section later. I believe I'm live right now, by the way, Mary, for the first time. I don't know how I got this privilege, but I went live. Kind of amazing. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm going to do another live this evening, and Mary's going to set me up on another platform, and then I'm going to do an Instagram. And we're trying to raise some money for her poor mother, 77-year-old mother. We got a GoFundMe going, Marion does, for $3,000. Her mother's chair broke, so she can't get up, she can't sit down. She's trapped in the bed, basically, without her chair. We need to buy her one of those big chairs that, has the electronic gadget on it where she can get up and down. Those are very expensive. And then we're having trouble with this move. We've spent so much money on this move, it's set us back almost to the point of just total poverty. I mean, we're crashing fast trying to support the disaster team and trying to support all of our other outreach missions and things. So we're trying to raise $3,000 to kind of catch up a little bit. If y'all see that out there, hit her up with some cash. Um, she loves her mother very, very dearly, and I love her mother. And we're going to make this thing work one way or the other. Like I said, we're getting rid of all the chaff, all the excess baggage, and all the weeds out of the garden, and people are going to be shocked. I know they're going to be just shocked to shit, but you have to do what you have to do. My God, why hang around with people that are dragging you down? Why hang around with people that just want to brag, 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 and then they don't want to participate in the mission that they promised they would participate in, which is our nonprofit organization and our many outreach programs that are very critical to the four cities that we are responsible for here with other first responders, like the firemen and the park rangers and the Army Corps of Engineers and others. But yeah, we need money, and I hope you guys hit us up with some donations because eventually we'll just get rid of all of you. I'll give a shit if we have to get rid of all 8,000 friends. I don't care. Start all over again. I don't care. I really don't care anymore. I'm sick and fucking tired of looking at all your bullshit, all your ranting and raving and bitching and moaning on Facebook. I'm getting sick and tired of all the censorship. I'm getting sick and tired of all the fucking fact checkers. And I'm getting sick and tired of going to the bottom of the RSS feed. I'm getting sick and tired of being restricted and blocked every time we turn around for the most stupid shit. And it's just getting to the point where I just don't give a damn anymore. And I mean, about this platform, Facebook, we're moving on to Minds and MeWe, Gab, Twitch, Instagram, Shoot, uh, that type of thing, in here on SpringYard or Spring, whatever it's called. Where am I? But monetization is the key. That's where we're headed. We got to get monetized, folks. We got to get monetized. And we thought about going out robbing a bank or two, but that kind of went by the wayside. And we thought about robbing some big time drug dealers or something like the DEA and all those guys do. But we said no, better not do that. We thought about uh, just going out and lying and thieving and extorting people like they do on those those YouTube commercials where they promise you $10,000 a month, no effort involved, no product to carry, and blah blah blah. But we're not going to do that either. So, we're ethical. We're trying to be ethical here. We're trying to toe the line. You know, trying to do everything right. Hell, this will turn you into a criminal. What's going on here? This kind of shit will turn you into a mad, crazy, diabolical maniac overnight. You know, it'll drive you literally off over the frickin' edge of the cliff. You know, it's like people cheating on their taxes. Well, to me, taxation is extortion anyway. So I don't blame people for trying to save a few bucks. You know, you have to work 4 months, 6 months before you even start getting a check in most cases. Uh, for the lower class people or the lower uh, spectrum there on the income level. And it's a shame to have to work your ass off for 4 months or five or whatever it is before you even start getting a check. You're giving all that money to the government so they can ship it overseas, make the rich richer, and the powerful more powerful. Create some more multi-billionaires over there with your tax money, your hard-earned money, you know. And now our cost of living has gone through the damn roof, and that's a dirty shame. Dozen eggs have gone up, roast has gone up, steak's gone up, milk's gone up to $6 or $7 a gallon up here. The roast has gone up to $23, $24. A dozen eggs, $4, $5, $6. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane. And then we had that um, dairy farm that just blew up over there in Indiana, or wherever it was. I can't remember. 83,000 cows that lost their lives. That's going to affect the dairy industry all over the United States, all over the world. And then they're killing millions and millions of chickens in Japan because of this bird flu thing that's going on. So it's just crazy. It gets crazier and crazier. How many minutes you want me to do here, Mary? So I'll do 27. Oh yeah. So Marion wants me to do 28 minutes here. So we got to have the room for advertising, she says, which would be nice if we can start getting monetized here. That would be a miracle. It really would. Um, but it's really hard these days to get monetized because they've got these algorithms pretty much fixed where they keep you pinned in, pinned down, into the lowest rung of the ladder. They keep you boxed in, where you can't really get out there and make a lot of money. And I know that many of you are making a lot of money, and I wish you would, help us out, give us a few tips on how you all are doing that. Those of you that are making 10, 15, $20,000 a month, and there's many of you doing it. There's a few people out there making a couple of $1 million a month, and we're going to get there eventually. I haven't really jumped on board. I've been jumping on Marion way too much, trying to put too much pressure on her, and I need to step into the seat with her and um, co-pilot and kind of help guide her through this complex uh, situation that we're in here. It's a very difficult situation, it really is, and it takes a lot of experience and takes a lot of passion and talent and creativity, critical thinking and analysis to be able to overcome these many obstacles that we all face, every single day. Tell you what's interesting is that they're sending so many people home because of artificial intelligence. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000 people losing their jobs here over the next year and a half over GPT 3, 4, 5, whatever. And these folks are going to go home and they're going to have to supply them with a stimulus check. You know, if they don't, well, a lot of people are going to die, starve to death, be homeless, whatever. So they're going to have to start giving out stimulus checks to keep people going, keep the economy moving. Hell, I say, well, go for it. I mean, they're printing money like it's going out of style. they've printed more money in, I think, the last 2 years than they have in the history of the Federal Reserve, you know? And it's amazing. They just keep printing money and printing money and printing money and printing money. Just, these rich people, they could just go in, punch a few keys on the computer and come up with a couple of $1 million. God, it must be nice, you know? And I'm going to break through that wall. I'm going to have to fucking kick that wall down. I'm going to kick that wall down. I'm going to run right through that son of a bitch. And I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I guarantee you. I guarantee you I'm going to get to the bottom of this, folks. You may not have the energy, and I may not have the energy, but I'm mad. I'm mad as hell. I'm mad as hell. And I tell you what, when I have enough, I have enough. And I have had enough bullshit thrown our way. And Marion has suffered, and Marion has worked her ass off to help me and to take care of her mother and me and to get us to where we are today. She is one hell of a woman. She is one hell of a soulmate. We've been together 25 wonderful years, and here lately I've been kind of an asshole, and I want to apologize publicly on air to all of you for some of the things I've said on air. I'm just mad, and I've treated Marion kind of bad and talked to her horrible. A lot of pressure on both of us, and it's kind of like one of those pressure cookers. It starts whistling. The water's boiling, and kind of like the boiling frog syndrome. We've been laying in the hot tub, here, and now the water's starting to boil, and we're like going to die. Speaking of the New World Order, speaking of the central digital bank currency, and speaking of the social credit score and the digital passport and the brain to brain communication and all of the other machine learning technology that has come our way here, it's a really scary situation. Dystopia is an understatement. In a case like this, dystopia is really an understatement. I told Mary this morning, most of you are going to be hit along with us, like a ball hitting you in the head, side of the head at 60 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, side of the temple, and just knocking you out. I mean, that's what's going to happen to all of you. It's coming. It's just around the corner. Your house is gone. Your kids may be taken away from you. You're going to be eating bugs. The New World Order. It's all on their page over there at the World Economic Forum and the Department of Human Services and the Health and Human Services Administration and the World Health Organization, and it's all on their websites. You're going to be eating bugs, crickets, larvae, stump larvae, grasshoppers, whatever. They're already opening up restaurants around the world. People are eating bugs. They're going around blowing up all of our trains, and all of our planes are crashing. They're hacking the banks, the hospitals with ransomware. All of this stuff, the toxic plumes are killing everyone. The Palestine, Ohio thing, and then the Indiana thing, and the Tennessee tornado that just hit. They didn't even cover that, really. I mean, it just flattened things out. They've got looters there. They got looters going on there. Looting is is everywhere. Riots. They're stealing, going in people's houses, and stealing all of their earthly goods. I mean, the whole United States is just going bonkers, folks. It's bonkers. I mean, what else could I say? Insanity is here. I mean, the ultimate insanity. And Marion said this morning, it's just hard to take. It's hard to digest. It's really hard to even talk about. Sounds crazy. Some of the shit that Marion and I know is sounds delusional. When we try to explain to people what's going on, they look at us like we're crazy. We need our meds. We need to be locked up in some mental institution to protect ourselves and others because, oh, we're a danger to ourselves and others. If you go against the narrative at all, you know. You're an immediate threat to the dark state. You're an immediate person of interest. You're an enemy of the state. You know, if you try to have critical thought or analysis, or you come up with an independent idea or concept or philosophy that's different from what's happening in the mainstream, um, the collective insane group out there, you're suspected, immediately become a suspect, and you're treated as such, and you're on the FBI watch list and all this other crazy stuff that's going on now with this new restriction act that Biden signed, which is going to lock everybody down and increase the surveillance state to the nth degree, you know, the nth degree. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get ready to head out of here. I'm going to do another live here this afternoon. I go on air tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time on Blog Talk Radio. The show is Lone Wolf Radio over there on Blog Talk Radio. And the number to call into the show at 6 p.m. Pacific time is 646-716-8423. That's 646-716-8423. And again, if you guys see the fundraiser out there, which I'm going to be putting it up, or Marion will here in a little while, to all of our groups and pages if we can, if they'll let us, you guys shoot some donations our way. We really do need them to continue the missions here. So I love you guys a lot, and I'll see y'all later. So take care. Play a little outro music here for about 30 seconds.